Hello everyone. I'm just going to play some games of Blitz. It's been a while. Let's crush some foe. And I'm also going to show you the current state of affairs of Gchess.com, this website that I've been developing, which I feel now is incredibly cool and powerful. I'm going to show you how you can learn from playing Blitz and access a wealth of useful information. The link will be below in the description somewhere if you want to check out the website. There's loads of free stuff there. Obviously you don't have to pay, but if you want to, I'll buy you a beer if I ever see you. Well, let's start with some Blitz, shall we? And I'm just going to play on Gchess. I do prefer Gchess, I have to say. Don't know if anyone else is with me there. And we're going to keep a basic little look here. And what should we go for? I'm going to go for the French defense. This was my first love. First loves are always, well, what do you say about a first love? They're a lot of fun, but quite painful because they rarely last forever. And maybe that's the same with the French. Quite fun, but does it last forever? Well, I still play it now. That's probably because I'm too lazy to learn many other openings. But I play a lot of openings. I think the important thing that you guys have got to remember is just to pick an opening that suits your style. And of course there are many options that I've made, many chessboard courses, and you just got to pick something that you like. So here I've got an isolated pawn, and classically when you've got the isolated pawn you try to go for a kingside attack. So this is one of the first strategies I ever learned, actually, putting the bishop and queen on this diagonal, double power, because it always gives you a little chance to dive in with checkmate. And this is a nice little strategy. You can see I put the pawn here to stop the knight coming over to b5. No one likes being harassed, do they? No, they don't. And that knight looks too strong, so I'm going to swap it off. Now I'd love to get rid of this knight because then I could find a way in. But do I play a useful move like this first? I think I do. I'm also thinking about putting my knight on e5 to try and get rid of that one. And my opponent now has played a move around his king, which looks like quite a sensible move. And he also maybe has this mini threat of moving the bishop here, but pawn moves do weaken your king as well. So that certainly looks kind of sensible at this moment in time. And how are we going to deal with that one? This move here. I don't really want to exchange off pieces. I don't really want to play this move g5. That's a little bit, I don't know, it looks a little bit risky. Do I have to play this move? Not sure I like that move. And this is a good plan. So actually I'm just going to move my queen away. Don't really like playing passive moves like that, but I also don't like falling into moves like this. So we'll put the queen over here for the time being, and I'm not going to go backwards again. There's only so many backwards moves you can make in your life before you are Mr. Backwards and always known as Mr. Backwards. And I don't want to be known as Mr. Backwards, you know? No, thank you. And what next? Okay, I'm going to get rid of this one. And it's a bit like an exchange French now. My opponent's keeping this isolated pawn and now threatening to win here. So he's played this, I feel, pretty well. I'm going to keep my pieces on the board. One thing you want to do with an isolated pawn is avoid exchanges, avoid isolated pawns, avoid getting into the ending. And now I'm going to pop back here again because that queen was pissing me off. And it's very hard to break through here. So this is my next idea. How am I going to break through on this one? Well, my opponent's going to come in here. So let's just move out the way of that. We've got to avoid threats. Good thing I'm up on time. Never up on time, am I? What is wrong with me? And I think I should be getting ready to sling the knight in. That does exchange more things off, but I might be able to get rid of my isolated pawn there. But I don't need to rush that. And I said that this pawn on g3 is a bit of a problem. So I was just trying to attack that pawn and open up the diagonal. But we have a bit of a stalemate here now over on this area of the board. My opponent can't go rook e1 because he would lose the piece. And now he's let my knight into this square. Okay, now the next piece that seems to annoy me is this one. But he's very quick, this guy, isn't he? So how are we going to play this? Well, okay, that could be his first mistake. My position's always been okay, but he's allowed me to get rid of that knight, but maybe just win a pawn here. And we don't want to lose that pawn back. And as long as I don't lose on time, this is looking quite promising. Can I keep on that pawn? Okay, this one. We come back. If he catches it with a bishop, I pin him. And this is now looking pretty much like a safe pawn. Yes, I will take that. Thank you. What are you doing there? That's a very strange idea that my opponent did. I put him in the pin anyway. He's also weakened his king quite a lot by playing that. Now, it's time. He's got queen. Okay. Well, okay. We just take them all, my friend. We have them all. I'm a hungry man, and I'm going to take them all. Yes, you can do that, but it's not going to work. Thank you very much, my friend. Okay, now, I want to show you how Gchess, what tools Gchess has, and how you can look at your games and get a great insight into improvements. And one of the reasons we made Gchess was actually to help you improve at Blitz, a nearly impossible thing to do. Now, I know you've got the analysis board option in Gchess, which is really good. Don't get me wrong. I love Gchess. And it will analyse your game with a computer. And I always say this is kind of worth whacking on. You know, let's just see the Gchess one. Well, I've put it on there. And you can analyse it by just turning on the computer. There's other analysis options you can do. It will tell you, look, according to the computer, what moves you did wrong and what moves you did right during the game. So that's pretty useful. But we've created something quite unique at Gchess, because what we've done, we've tried to use human analysis combined with computer analysis. Because computer analysis, in my opinion, is very useful, but can only get you so far. What am I actually going to learn as a human to improve my game from the moves I'm seeing here? Well, I can see where I made a mistake, but why am I making that mistake? What other plans can I do? And if we go to the opening, you can see for the first 15 moves, okay, there's not much opening analysis I can do. Do I like the way I played the opening? I think I played it okay, but maybe I want to read some articles, look at some YouTube videos, look at some Ginger Gem videos that relate to the opening so I can learn more about it, so I get a really good understanding. And hence where Gchess comes in. So I'm going to go over to Gchess now. This is our home page, and I'm going to minimize me. You can see we've got a little Ukrainian Harry over here. Isn't that nice? Hello, Harry. And basically, I'm just going to move this bar in the middle. You can still see the board, just so I can arrange myself a little bit better there. I mean, this bar, we can move backwards and forwards if you want a bigger board or not. And what we've done at Gchess is basically make it like a Google of chess. We've got all what we think are the best resources out there. So we're looking at YouTube videos that uses our intelligent search that relates to a position, Ginger Gem videos, articles from the best magazines out there, New in Chess. They've been around, and all their articles are written by titled, normally grandmasters. Chess Publishing, they have nearly 30,000 articles written by title players. We've created our own encyclopedia, which you can go, and Chessable short and sweet courses. And these tabs at the top are something you can use with your Blitz games. Now, I'll just show you some useful things you can do. Now, this one here is what I like the most. This is the My Games section. And when you go into Gchess, you can link in your chess.com account and your Gchess account with Gchess. Very easy to do. I won't show you how to do that. You can have a crack at doing that yourselves. And you can see here that this is my Gchess handle, Ginger GM. So you just add it in here, whatever your handle is, or if you want to look at an opponent. We'll update it, and we're now refresh games, and we'll see what happens. And you can see it's basically listed here, my last games that I've played. Now, it will take a while until that last Gchess game gets in, but it can show you literally what improvements you can find in your Blitz games by pressing the analysis button. So I'm just going to wait until this works and we can check some old games that I've had, and let's just analyze one of those games. Okay, so I obviously played a perfect game there, no improvements. And we go to the next game and we'll see what this comes up with. So the first game, where it says there's no improvements found, that basically what we're doing, we're referencing your Blitz games of all our incredibly powerful articles, and we're seeing if you could have find, you know, anything that you could have done better. Now we do have the color coding, but in the opening it liked the way I played the opening, and this opening is quite a rare opening, so there's not much there. Let's have a look at the next game where I'm black here. So we can see here that if we go through the opening moves, that in this position after f4 I played c6, and what we've created is finding automatically opening resources which you can study, so you never play the same opening mistake again. So I didn't know what to do in this position. I thought d5 was the normal move to play, but I can't play it here. So in the Blitz game I played earlier, I went c6 trying to play d5, but you can see here that the computer drops its evaluation and this is not the best move. And it will give you these other alternatives, and the top alternative is normally the best, most popular one, and maybe I should start learning about this move. And then you get these little tabs next to the move, and if I click on these tabs, it will bring up the relevant information. So this one here is the computer evaluation, and it will bring up a list of games played by the top players. Let's just press that again, so you can look at what the top players are playing in this tab here. So if I want to see what Tigran Petrosian, I hear he's a very strong player, is playing, we can have a look at this one and just basically get a feel for how he played this position. So he came up with this idea of b5, very interesting. It saves your work here where my mouse is. Let's just go back to the first tab. That was the last game, so I can actually get rid of that one. Not so interested. I'm going to bin that one. Now, what other resources are there? Well, okay, well now you can see it has brought up this tree. So you can see the percentages of what scores best. Now we can also go over and see online games, see what the top players online are playing. We can have a look at the top line players on, you can see on chess.com. And I can also search for YouTube videos in this position. So let's just have a look here. So I'm just going to try to bring up YouTube. And the other way you can do it, at the top here, anything in orange will show you the resources that are there. So if I go to YouTube here, there is one video in this position. And that's great because I can get a free video course from this position. So I'm just going to put this on for like 30 seconds so we can see more about this position.
As the opening book with bishop g4. More usual is c5, but
we'll play it here.
As the opening book with bishop g4. More usual is c5, but this is an interesting start position.
And you can see it's an intelligent search as you go on. So this My Game section at the top is really, really good for looking at your games. Now, that last Blitz game I just played is now updated. It's in there. And one thing I'd recommend you do is you have a little Blitz session. So let's say you decide only to play 5 games at Blitz, and then you come over to gchess.com and you have a look and you analyze your Blitz games with gchess.com. Now, as I said, this game here, I think I played pretty well, and you can see all the green moves means that I did. Now, there was only a couple of questions that I was wondering about really, and that was, let's just go forwards with the moves. It's just doing its computer search and telling us what moves we did right and wrong. We've got Stockfish. We've also got Layla. I really like Layla, so you can put it on Layla, get Layla's information on it. But if we go here, I know c5 is a move. Now, in my own mind, I was wondering about this position, and I was wondering what should I play here. Now let's just have a look at some other tabs that you've got at the top here. So we've looked at YouTube videos. So there's 2 YouTube videos there. Oh wow, look at this. I've had it against Lawrence Trent there. So I can see what I've done before. This one is games online. So any online game, that is Jabava there. You can look at those games. By the way, you can save all the work you're doing just by pressing the save button. That was not the right button, typical. Let's go back there, shall we? And give that another go. So we go here, and I was looking around. The position I wanted to look at was around about here. So if there's, particular, you can do it by pressing the save thing there. That's maybe a better way. No, it's this one. Is that it? Save this PGN. There we go. And you can create your own files, so you can save your own work as you go on. So there's a lot of powerful stuff you can do, and I've just done a re-evaluation there of the whole game with Layla. Now, let's have a look at the article thing here. This is a really powerful thing again. What you can do, you can bring up any articles that relate to this position if you get the ultimate package. Now, new in chess doesn't have any articles on this position, but Chess Publishing has 7 articles. So I can press that one, and you can see that these articles are all analysed by, looks like, well, John Watson's the most specialised expert on the French defence. He's an international master. Neil is Neil MacDonald. So we can have a look. Let's have a look at John Watson said in 2017. And I can just click that game, that article, and I can bring up on the board, it comes up as a new PGN, basically what should be going on. What kind of ideas have been analysed from this position. So this is really good. So I could have a look through this, and I can see knight to f3, okay, quite interesting. My opponent didn't do this. We went for this line, and I can gauge a lot of things from the articles that are here. We also have now short and sweets. So one of my favourite authors, Camille, has done something here on the French defence, and we have now, I think, something like 60, getting up to 100 chessable short and sweet courses up. So I can have a look here, and I can have a look at the short and sweets, see what kind of things are very, very, I can learn from this. Okay, let's play another game. So we'll go back in. We might use Gchess again, but I want to play a bit of chess as well. So I haven't played for ages. Let's try to crush someone else. We've got the white pieces now, and I'm going to go for the Trompowsky. I like a little bit of Trompowsky action. So really what we try to create with Gchess is a way that you can improve from your Blitz games, but not just that. You can use it on its own. You don't have to play Blitz. You can just browse chess positions. Our database of 11 million games played on a board are, you can browse it to look at ideas, get grandmaster analysis, and I think it's very unique that it really is the most powerful search thing for getting many different resources on a position out there. So okay, but anyway, let's try to win this game, shall we? Let's think. I quite like these positions where we got the bigger center. I'm just going to play here because I kind of feel my queen might want to be on e3, but I don't want to run into this move. Why do I want to put my queen on e3? It just defends things, and maybe my queen can head this way. Now my opponent wants to swap bishops, but the rule is when your opponent has a more cramped position, you don't want to make exchanges. He's more cramped because I'm controlling the 4th rank here. My opponent is only stuck on the 3rd rank from his point of view. So I don't really want to make exchanges. I'm going to gain a bit more space there on the queen side. And now there's an open file. So I'm just playing very simply. I'm going to put my rooks on the open file. You saw in that first Blitz game, I did this idea of putting my queen in front of my bishop. And I'm thinking now this is maybe a useful idea because possibly at some point we can arrange an attack over there against h7. But I generally, I like playing positions where I have more space. Why is that? Because I find it easier to maneuver with more space. Okay, now I want to get rid of this knight so I can make way here. So I'm going to prepare, like in that first game, the advancement of my h pawn here to kick that knight away. Again, gaining more space, pushing my opponent back. Now if my opponent plays a5, I might grab that pawn. I could bring my knight to this square. Anything I need to worry about? No, so we're going to continue with our plan. The knight on f8 does defend h7, but I still feel I'm making a bit of progress on the king side there. Okay, so now he's committed himself to this move, and I'm going to close it down, but gain a nice bit of space. So I probably have to give up on this attack now, because it's very hard, but I have gained space now on the queen side. So I might now think about playing on that area of the board. And knight coming to a5. Oh shit, I missed this move. That was a little bit slack. I should have gone king g2 first. It's a sacrifice. We're going to get the h-file. Harry doesn't like surviving. To be honest though, I've got loads of play on every other part of the board. This is not too worrying, I say, and I think it's actually a little bit worrying. Now he's really pushed back. Okay, let's go here anyway. And I'd love to go here, but he just takes it. So I think I should be looking at the queen side. How do we improve things there? Do I want to play this one? Maybe I do. My bishop not actually well placed, so I'm going to try and maneuver it around. And the other reason I've done this is I want to open up the queen side. We know that that area of the board is the best area. My opponent has now gone for activity on this area of the board, but he has to be a little bit careful of his queen. And I think he's doing all right. Let's go here because I don't want his queen to run away. I'm going to try trapping his queen. This move as well. I think this bishop can come back around. We're just trying to trap his queen. He's very cramped. I can win this pawn back if I need to. Bishop here, not a good move because obviously I dropped that pawn. Maybe he should take on c2. Taking on c2 might be a clever idea when he can try to get rid of my center. Otherwise, I think my next move, do I play this one? Probably that, but he does go back. How do I trap this queen? f3 here, knight here. Can't see how I'm trapping it. Okay, so he's played this move, which looked to me like the best option. But it is now my move here, and I don't want to lose that pawn. And I have a lot of play on the queen side, so I think that's his main issue. I also had a rook c8 there, would have been beautiful. Oh, I hate missing beautiful moves. Rook takes c8, knight takes e7 check, and knight there. Oh, that would have been... Ow. 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 I get annoyed when I miss pretty moves, but this looks very strong. I mean, I thought he should play this because his position looked very cramped anyway, but it still looks a little bit painful for him. I don't know why I've just allowed him to come back and attack something. That was a little bit silly. Okay, why did he do that? Can't I just... I thought I just defended that one. I thought I had that one covered, mate. And well, I am a rook up now, which is... Oh, don't do that, because then you won't be a rook up. I'm so good at blundering. If I lose this game, it'll be... What do we say? A travesty of justice. And it would be my own fault for playing like an absolute wally. Okay, well he doesn't like pieces, does he? I mean, how many pieces up I... Oh, hello. He does like pieces after all. Can I... Oh, that's... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Well, that was all a bit random. But, you know... I mean, he was very short time there, so that was good. Okay, let's go back to gchess.com. Now, I'm just going to, again, wait for that game to upload on our system so we can have a look at it and see if there's anything relevant there. But I'll just tell you some more things. I'm going to close down these PGNs now because I don't want them anymore. I could obviously save these PGNs if I want to, but I'm not that worried about saving them. So let's just get rid of them. And so what else can you do? Well, if we go to the home page, let me just now show you all the things you will get, let's say in the start position here, when you come to gchess.com. So if you come to gchess.com, obviously we have different subscription level, which gives you access to different material. If you want the ultimate bundle, yes, it is quite a lot of money. It's, I think, £30 a month, but for that you get all the chess publishing, which is £10 a month on its own. You get all of New in Chess, which now you can't get anymore. That's years of Grandmaster work. You get our own encyclopedia, Chessable. You get all the access to our articles, and you get everything. You get the holy grail of chess information, and you can save that work to build up your own opening analysis. So what else can you do here? Well, I mean, lots of things. we can basically, if we make a move on the board, let's just show you how it works. We encourage people to play around. So you make a move on the board and you see that all the information updates here. Another thing you get with the ultimate bundle, let's say I'm interested in playing this weird little move, A3. Well, you actually get access to the Ginger GM videos, which I think is really cool. And let's have a look at this. So you get all the Ginger GM videos, which is over like £700 on its own, and you can play them on Gchess. So look, here's a one that I've done, and also I'm only putting up a simple position, but you can go much deeper into a position if you want. Maybe I'll do that. I know there was a gambit line that I recommend in this D4 opening, which starts with this one. And you can see here that you can bring up the Ginger GM video of this and you can get that information directly. I just think this is so cool because let's just play it and we'll just show how it works. It's an intelligent search. I'll just bring it up now and we play the video here. Let's put it on play. This is me like ages ago. Let's just see what I'm saying about this position. Instead of the main line, which is A4 here, I'm going to recommend the move pawn to E4. A pawn sacrifice line, very dangerous gambit line, which gives us active, interesting play, all for the sake of a pawn. So we'll come on to a couple of introduction games now, and then we'll have a look at a little. So this, I think, is really cool because imagine if you've got chess DVDs at home or chessable course, you might want to look at a particular line you had, but do you want to scroll through the whole video? Well, with what we've created, you just put the position on the board and it will find the resources for you. So it will find all these resources in this position. So it's just automatic search, bang, bang, bang. And you can again we got our games here that are played. You can see the different moves. You can the new in chess articles and stuff like this. So this is how you use it. You play moves on the board, you get the information. Now, there are some things, obviously, it takes a bit of getting used to, no doubt about that. And if we go to the My Games thing here, again, we'll refresh games. We'll just see if my last game's come up there. Hopefully it has. But I think a really cool thing that you can do here, which is a little bit hidden, is you can search certain positions that you've had in your game. So if you think you're struggling in a certain line, let's have a think. I sometimes struggle with this move. If I press the filter position here, it will only find games in this position and that I've played on Gchess or chess.com, and that is amazing. It will find any games I've played in this position, and I can analyze those games like I've done before and find information from all the stuff we have on this position. So you can see here, obviously I'm a grandmaster, I do know a bit of theory, so I know like around about up to this move, and you can see here that knight bd2 is not our recommended move, it's not in green, but knight c3 is our main move, and now I can access the computer thing there shows it's the engine top choice. Let's have a look now. I love chess publishing, I think it's amazing, and I can have a look here. Okay, there is a game by Lapushin. We're going back as far as 2004. It's a fully Grandmaster annotated game where I can really, again, get into knowing about the ideas that I'm trying to play. So I can see how things are going here and I can get a feel for it, get a feel for stuff. But it's this interactive search which I think is so useful. So another thing I would recommend, like, let's just go back to the start position. This My Games thing, you can filter by, like I say, position. And let's have a look how I'm getting on with the birds. Well, you can see here, these are my birds game. Now, there's not going to be much information on the birds because no one plays the birds. But let's say the French Avance variation, you just want to have a look at how you're getting on the French Avance. Now, I've played it as white and black here, so we can do that. But again, if we have a look, let's have a look. I only play this on the black side. How am I getting on with black? Well, let's have a look at the last game I had, see if the computer can find any clever ideas here. I'm just going to analyze that, and here we go. It's found loads of suggestions here That is really quite interesting. So let's have a look. Again, this is an online game I've played, and I can see that the green moves I'm playing all right. And the difference between this and like Gchess and chess.com, you're only using computer analysis on Gchess and chess.com. If we move my head, you can see that I've got Gchess analysis, I've got Stockfish, I've got, you know, different engines I can do. But we've also got the computer analysis, and it automatically show you some good alternatives. And the computer doesn't like my move Rook C8 here. It gives some other options. Now, C takes D4 is indeed the main option. There's loads of stuff here. In actual fact, we can access the Killer French, and I can bring up the Killer French, my old DVD here, and we can see, you know, just the kind of line that I'm recommending. We're bringing in loads of new stuff to Gchess. You know, it's got, at the moment, Ginger Gem videos, got the best chess articles in the world there, new in chess and chess publishing, been around for donkey's years. All those articles are pretty much there. You've got this intelligent video search. We're using Opening Master database, which has 11 million games. This is the online database here. Opening Master is the circle one here. So this one, again, you can see the percentages of what moves score well. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see the top players that have played this. And again, if you want to play like Morozevich, maybe you're already interested in this game. One thing that I've started to do now is create my own files. So let's say I want to learn about this. This is the Milner-Barry Gambit. I like Morozevich. Okay, he lost this game. Maybe it's an important game. I can create a new folder. Let's just say French. I'm probably going to spell this Milner Gambit. Milner-Barry, isn't it? Milner-Barry Gambit. And we can just say learning as black. And I can save that game. And now, on the left-hand side, all your save files are there. I actually deleted them recently. But if I click on them, you can see that I have my own folders. So if I click on this one, it will have in that the game which is loaded up. You can see here I've got my Gchess Blitz games there. But I can start creating my own folders. I mean, let's show you one that I've already made. This is the games I had against Alexander Gchess. And if I bring up those games, you go into edit mode. So not just this, you can start writing and saving your own comments using our resources. So let's say, you know, I was black in this game. I'm going to look at it from the black side. Let's say I'm interested here on finding maybe a different move to F5. Well, again, I can bring up the resources. I can add a comment here. I can add my own annotations, like you know, interesting move. You know, so this is always going to be saved. And the other thing we thought was very important, which also makes us stand out from other databases, is I can't spell interesting, but there we go, is that we are working on the cloud, so you don't need to download any bulky software. I can now, if I want to, go on my phone and I will have this saved on my phone. So I've created my own folders. I just go on my phone, I go to gchess.com, and I've got my own work saved on my phone. So I can access everything I'm working seriously on here on my phone. If I'm on the way to a match, if I just want to have a look on the train, I can even bring up the Ginger Gem videos on my phone if I so wish. Okay, anyway, let's go and play another game now, shall we? So let's see. I'm doing all right now, aren't I? Let's see if we can keep the roll going. See if we can crush someone else. I didn't analyze that game, so what we'll do, we'll analyze my last game on Gchess in a second. I'm going to try to get a bit of Dutch action in here. We love a little bit of Dutch. I've never thought this move in this position is a very good idea. White's idea is to take and go e4. You can even get a good stone wall now, but I like trying to stop this idea by repinning. And now the idea of attacking that one. A lot of people play this line as white, but it's just not a very good line. White's one idea is to play e4, and white never seems to do that when you get these two moves in. Now I don't have to take this one, but I'm happy to do so. And at some point I'm either going to get the bishop pair back by, well, I'm going to make him exchange his bishop, or get a very nice square for my bishop here. So you can see here, am I going to gambit this pawn? Is it a gambit or am I losing it? I think it's a gambit because I get that one. Yeah, it looks like a gambit to me. Our rook seems to be pretty tasty coming into the position though. And quite an interesting position, isn't it? Let's grab that one. My rook's very active, but my queen side is not. So maybe a bit balanced here. Reasonably balanced, I guess. And I might want to sack this pawn just to get my pieces in the game. Just to get developed. So here, I'm not worried about this pawn. Okay, so now he can't castle. But he's trying to run away this way. Now I could grab a pawn, but I feel I want to develop. So I'm going to go here. Yes, he can win a pawn. And my idea is to quickly double up on the c file. Okay, decides that development is now key. And the reason I'm swapping queens here is because I've got a rook on the 7th rank. And, well, I'm threatening to win a pawn for a start. And now I've got domination of this file. Now this move's a little bit annoying. I don't want him to centralize his knight, so I'm going to stop that. I should have maybe played knight d5 there. Let's do it now. With the threat of taking here. He's going to try to block the file, but then I will take it and bring another rook in. I'm just trying to maximize my pieces. Maybe my knight will even move to e4, attacking f2. And let's do that one. That makes a lot of sense. I think that's the perfect square for my knight. He's pushing me back. He's defending well. Has to be said. And he's done a good job here, I have to say. He's done a good job of stopping what should have been a slight advantage for me, but it's taken him a lot of time. And I'm still probing his weaknesses. If his king comes up, I will come in. So he has to go back. And, well, I nearly went king here, getting my knight trapped, which would have been stupid. I'm going to, now that he can't, now he's a bit tied down, going to try to gain some space. His idea will be to go rook c here, rook to c1 and make exchanges. Maybe I have to allow that. Maybe my advantage is minimal at this moment in time, unfortunately. So we're going to go into a knight ending. Okay, well, we'll check out my endings here. I think I've lost my advantage now because I've lost that c file. My opponent defended well. I'm sure I could have played this better. But let's try to... One idea, I want to activate my king as much as I can. So I've got I slightly prefer my position. Why? Because my pawns are controlling more space. And as you know from my previous games, I like having space. Okay, we will take that one. Now my knight is not very good, so I want to try to bring it into a better square. Which way is it going? This way or this way? Does it matter? Maybe this way to give me options of playing b4. But I don't see how I'm going to win this one. I need to get my king into the game. Now, this is a little bit risky. I'm now going to try and win his h-pawn, but he's doing the same. Coming here with his knight. He's playing very well, isn't he? But he's down on time. Okay, so yeah, I thought this was a good idea, but I just about get here in time. This is my next punt. Now I need to make a way for my king to come in, so I need to get the c4 square. And okay, now it's kind of like zugzwang here, because if his knight moves away, I come here, and he's now... I'm gonna take... Which pawn do I take? This one, because I don't want that running. And I'm hoping that I still keep some winning chances available, because look at the activity of my king here. And we will now come and just grab this pawn. I think he's in a hopeless situation due to his time. And I don't know if this ending is winning. I haven't got much material, but it looks pretty good, doesn't it? Because his king is so bad here. Not sure it's winning. Maybe. Interesting. Okay, so let's go back to Gchess, and we'll just get rid of... One way I just get rid of all the old work is just by putting the home page in again. There's probably quick ways of doing it. So I've got a couple of games I can look at now. This last game, we'll just refresh the games. those 2 games I just had. I'm just going to see now. So I played 3 games. I want to improve my chess. That last game's come in as well. I'm just going to see if there's any improvements in our things. So this one was that game I played as white. Let's just have a look if any resources. Again, the thing is, because I'm a grandmaster, I'm basically going to have myself not many improvements because I've read all the articles here. If you guys try this out, you will find improvements nearly with any search. I can guarantee it. Let's have a look at this one, that last game. Now this one I don't think I'll find improvements as well. And the reason I can show you that, you know, for me there's not any improvements, you can see up here, I was playing with the white pieces here, there's still resources you can look at. Yeah, these ones, remember, with the orange dot. So I can still look at YouTube videos. I can still look at games played in this position. Ali Razor, so Ali Razor, well, let's have a look what he did. Did he play like me? Let's have a look. Ali Razor, okay, his opponent played d5 here, so it's slightly different. But I always like looking at Ali Razor's games. And it's a bit Londony. And, okay, you got a slight advantage by playing b4 here. But, again, I recommend the My Games thing is something you guys really want to try out. For me, not so many improvements because I know the openings incredibly well, but you will find improvements for nearly anything there. And what more can be said? Well, you know, we're really trying to make this as successful as we can. We have basically spent a lot of time trying to refresh things. We're always open to suggestions of how to improve any more. If you've got any suggestions, just hit the orange thing here and we will look at your suggestions. But in general, we're just very happy with what created. It's taken a while. It's been a bit of a journey. There's some things that I didn't like before, but they're all been done. It's just the quickest search engine for any chess position with multiple resources in the world. So I'm proud of what we've done here. You've also, if you don't know what kind of things you want to look at, you've got stuff here like articles. So you can just have a look through. Like, okay, what are the most popular openings? Well, you can just go through. Is there an opening you like the look of? Well, the French defence we mentioned a lot. What about the King's India defence? I can just click that one and it will jump to the position whereabouts it start and it will show you the articles available. So New in Chess, Chess Publishing, our own work is also, we created a encyclopedia of openings as well. And this was made by only grandmasters. Danny Gormali did a lot of work on this. So, you know, you can again just browse and learn as you browse really quickly. Let's just get my head smaller. And let's have a look at the encyclopedia. Well, if I bring up the Ginger Jim encyclopedia, you've even got my Chessable course on here, my last Chessable course. And this is my last full Chessable course is fully up here. So you have access to all of my Chessable courses here, which I think, again, think of the value of that if you're going to buy them on Chessable. And you can just browse and have a read. Look at this, very heavily analysed. And this is the H4 line I was recommending. You've got all the different chapters, all the different games here. This is our encyclopedia. So I suppose the thing I'm trying to say is it's so powerful, really, Gchess. It's quite hard to navigate as well. And that is one problem we've been trying to get over, the navigation of Gchess. We think we've done a pretty decent job now getting so much onto an easy to use thing. But, you know, maybe we will find even, you know, we're open to suggestions. Interesting that there's 20 articles here from New in Chess in this position. And let's have a look. Okay, so there's 2 yearbook articles. The yearbooks, let's see who they're by. Okay, well, look, you got one here, Ivan Sokolov. Now, this is how much they cost in New in Chess, but if you buy the full, you know, the full thing, you will get this article. If you buy our ultimate package, you get all of this included as part of one. And Ivan Sokolov has beaten Kasparov. He was a top player in the world. Look, you even got analysis by Sam Shanklin and Nishikori. And again, you can just, if you want to learn like an opening, this is, I feel, the best place to learn. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I'll try to answer your questions below. There's a link to Gchess in the thing. We're really now in a position to try and make this as successful as possible. We're very happy with what we created. There's many different payment structures, but of course, if you can't afford to pay our ultimate thing, you've still got a lot of things you can browse for free. And you'll find the search engine here, just the videos. I don't know why Ben Feigel's face is up there. But basically what we've done with our videos, if you just want to have a look at videos in a certain position, just put them on the board. Maybe you want to learn the King's Gambit. And look how quickly it comes up with a range of videos in this position. Now, the way we've done this, and let me explain the videos, you get this for free. You can sort by relevancy or the channel. Now, relevancy means we've done a lot of programming that in the position we've used certain algorithms where the video at the top will what we think will be the most relevant to you. I won't give all our secrets away, but it's when it's done on timing. So we want Danny King, in my eyes, as one of the best YouTubers. His explanations of positions are fantastic. I mean, let's just have a look.
F4.
Make this big.
Well, I can tell you, I had such fun researching and recording this DVD. I used to play the King's Gambit as a kid. I played it for about 4 years in my teenage years. And, well, I had some success with it.
And again, you know, look at all that. You've got all of
really
this
does confuse.
And this is the free stuff you've got. And again, we've arranged this in our thing. And again, you can do it by channel. You can arrange it by channel as well. Just have a go is all I'm saying. So thank you for taking the time. Again, I just wanted to show you some updates of Gchess because I put so much time and effort into this over the last couple of years. I want to get the word out there, and I know you guys, you know, you might want to watch Blitz videos of me as well, but I do want to try and show you this tool and get it out into the world and get people using it because I think it's bloody cool. So please go and tell your friends, go and tell anyone who's interested in chess about gchess.com. Give it a go yourself. Give us feedback, good or bad. We're improving stuff all the time, as you can see if you've been on with us on this journey. And any like and subscribe to this channel would be most appreciated as well. Cheers for now.